Thank you for inviting me to speak today on the power of purpose in business. I want to start by talking about a broken promise, the promise of the American dream. Oh, this is going to be a real uplifting speech. No, there is positivity coming. We just have to go through the darkness before we get to the light. I think of this as an equation like two sides, left side, right side. On the left side, it's your work. On the right side, it's your return, the reward for your work. Let's look back one generation. Look back to the 90s. You gave 45 years of work, so from 9 to 5 each day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, 45 years, 90,000 hours of your work. And in return, you got security of income. You got a path to owning a home and raising a family. You got security of health. And you were given the promise of a livable retirement. In the last 30 years, we have slowly removed the rewards while also slowly increasing the costs in this equation. It is out of balance. Time magazine reports that 52% of full-time workers now report they work more than 40 hours a week. 39% report they work more than 50, and 18% work more than 60 hours each week. In 1990, the median U.S. home cost $79,000. Wouldn't that be nice? And today it costs $436,000. That's the median. That's a 10x increase. Well, that's a big increase. And we have not seen incomes keep up. Cost of education is up 110% in the last 30 years. Healthcare costs up 30% in just the last 10 years. You know that one well. And inflation now has the majority of Americans facing a lifetime of working. So there's always a cost when you break a promise. This promise is clearly a broken one. So what do we see? What is the cost? Well, certainly we see things like employee apathy and talent shortages. We see quiet quitting and major disengagement in the workplace. When someone breaks a promise with you, you don't invest in the relationship. This is natural, and this is exactly what's happening. Forbes reports 55% of workers currently employed in the U.S. are planning on finding a new job. Broken promise. 7 years ago, I took a job that would end up changing the course of my life. In the 2.5 years I spent there as Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, it completely upended the way that I think about business, what it takes to create a unicorn company, and how the U.S., along with the rest of the world, is going to rebalance this broken equation. During the time that I spent with this company, we achieved benchmark-crushing success in every measure of business performance, from employee satisfaction to total shareholder return. We captured every award our industry had to offer. And ultimately, this company secured 60% market share in the industry that we were operating in. We doubled, redoubled, and redoubled again the company's valuation in less than 30 months and ultimately reached unicorn status, being a privately held company worth over $1 billion. We did pretty good. What did we have that our competitors did not? We drew from the same talent pools. We offered market rate compensation. We had industry standard technology, and we charged industry standard pricing. So that's all the same. I have come to believe that it was our effort to put purpose at the center of everything that we did that unlocked the true potential of this company and the people within it, and rebalance the equation for what it means to exchange your life energy in the context of business. I believe purpose, that's the impact that a company seeks to make in the world, is the new variable for meaning and success. Was purpose the only reason for our success? No. No, we had great leaders, talented employees, a sharp technical team, and a strong culture. But purpose served as the catalyst, the driving force that elevated our outcomes across every function and every department. Purpose gave us a North Star that streamlined our decision making. It drove innovation. It created passion and pride. It fostered great partnerships. It aligned our departments. It attracted our clients. And purpose gave our work meaning. Collectively, we were making a real difference in the world. And that's a reason to be waking up and going to work every day. It replaced missing things in the equation for everyone who was involved. After a nice exit, I departed that role. I became a disciple in the Church of Purpose. I read articles, I read books, I watched lectures, I took in the newspaper articles, I did the workshops, and I conducted over 100 interviews in a content series with executives to learn more, to really soak it in. I wanted to know more about what this meant and what it could mean for businesses around the world. I learned from Deloitte that purpose-driven companies had a 40% higher level of workforce retention than their competitors do. I learned from the Harvard Business Review that companies that operate from purpose do a better job of predicting the future, operating and innovating in the present, and learning from the past. I learned from Boston Consulting Group that nearly every company with a purpose strongly embedded within the organization has a 10-year total shareholder return above the S&P 500 median. Strong performance because of purpose. I also learned that while purpose can be enormously powerful, it can also be dangerous, like gasoline. Purpose, used correctly, can serve as a fuel for massive growth. Used incorrectly, it can blow up in your face. When purpose devolves to platitude, every benefit becomes a detriment. Employee churn, client attrition, reputation damage, and loss of shareholder value. Ouch. Do you guys remember Volkswagen when they were very proud and loud about their commitments to the environment, having achieved the fleet of cars, the fleet of vehicles that held the record for the lowest total emissions of any fleet of any manufacturer? Congratulations. Yeah, they did great with their marketing, claiming that this was their purpose, and yet it was clear they hadn't operationalized it, because when we learned that they had falsified the emissions reports on their vehicles, we found out who they really were. And because of that, because they wielded purpose falsely, they lost some value. They went from $170 per share to $106. Oof! That hurts. So I started working with business teams to help them navigate the challenges and reproduce the magic that had created such powerful results that I had personally witnessed. Through leadership retreats, staff workshops, and a full library of tools and resources that I crafted along the way, I built a roadmap. This is my Indiana Jones's journal to arrive at the treasure of purpose in business. Processes, tools, templates, engagement guidelines, and operationalization strategies. That is the only time I'll use an 8-syllable word in this presentation. With the help of Henry, I have created a book coming out this fall, The Race to Relevance, which was born of that work and my personal experience. The Race to Relevance shines a light on the new paradigm of business in the world and delivers a how-to for leaders to fully, here it comes again, operationalize purpose. Count it out, it's fun. I'm talking about dreaming as boldly in the dimension of our humanity as we have been in the dimensions of technology and process and commerce and capitalism in general. Where a new marker for greatness in business will not be how many billionaires you've cranked out, but who has lifted our species to its greatest potential. It's a very different paradigm of business. My mom doesn't know this yet, but I have basically written the preface I get it. Preface of this book to share with her my gratitude for the impact that she had in my life and the inspiration that she gave me, which came in the form of literally every time I left the house, and also handwritten on a note inside the front door, saying the same phrase each time, these words, do great things. So this phrase was met by me with a variety of emotional experiences, especially with my friends in tow. Man. Everything from, pride and encouragement and feeling bold to overwhelmed and embarrassed even by this idea, right? Like, do great things. What do you mean, Mom? And I would say it wasn't until my early 40s that I really understood it. Be a part of something great. I don't think a 14-year-old is supposed to get it. And I don't think my mom had any specific vision for it either, besides do something to make the world better. Cranking out the next billionaire is not what that's about. And if you're going to spend 90,000 of your hours involved in something, make sure you believe in it. In the last 150 years, there have been many sea change innovations that have defined eras of business and defined huge swaths of winners and losers based on who adopted that innovation and who did not. I believe that the next major innovation that is taking place in business is going to not be any specific technology, but instead a shift that enables businesses to navigate shifts in technology, a shift that rebalances a broken equation. Ultimately, while there are clear and proven tactics and strategies for, one more time, operationalizing purpose, it's really up to each company what that means. But I can tell you what it looks like. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy took his first tour of the NASA facility. And during this tour, while he's walking down the hallways, he encountered a janitor pushing a broom. And he stopped and this casual question asked the janitor, what do you do for NASA? And the janitor replied, I'm helping to put a man on the moon. Damn! That is operationalized purpose. If you want to know what you're striving for, if you're interested in this type of business endeavor, that's what you're going for. So, are you in, or are you leading, a purpose-driven business? I'll put 5 questions to you, or 5 parameters to you, and I want you in your own mind to rate your company from 1 to 10 on each of these 5 parameters. Number 1, our company serves a clear visionary purpose with present-day relevance. So 1 to 10, 1, not even close. 10, nailed it. Number 2, our purpose inspires and motivates our employees. Grading your own paper now, yeah. 3, our leaders embody and model purpose within our organization. Okay. 4, Our business objectives, goals, and measures are tied to our purpose. What do you see in your reporting? What do you open and close your meetings with, right? 5, our strategic decisions are guided by our purpose. Not by what your competitor's doing, not by the latest technology, but by how do you better and more effectively manifest your vision for the change you seek to create in the world. If you find that maybe you're not scoring very well on some or many of these, I invite you to begin your own journey. And I would be delighted to discuss that with you. It has been enormously rewarding for me to play even a small role in the global shift to an economy that can be driven by purpose. By building a world around purpose, we bring meaning to our lives and honor the greatness of our humanity. But you must remember, it's not about the business outcomes. It's about the impact you're seeking to create. Yes, the business benefits are tremendous. But if you pursue purpose because you want to boost your stock price, you will fail. You must be true of heart for this to work. I will leave you with a quote from Simon Sinek. What you do proves what you believe. It is the changes we believe in that will return balance to a broken equation and restore life to a broken dream. Do great things. Thank you.